Hey and welcome to Not Only Hollywood. Today I'm going to review the TV series The Glory from 2022. This is a South Korean thriller. A woman who was bullied at school is now a grown woman and she wants revenge. She has now turned into the smarter version of Lady Vengeance. But she's all alone against a lot of successful bullies. How can she deal with so many evil persons at the same time without taking a wrong step? The Glory is a thriller series that consists of 16 episodes. In the series, we follow a woman who is carrying many scars on the inside and outside. She was bullied at school by a group of psychos, and the worst one of them loved to burn her skin using a curling iron. But now she has just one mission in life, and that's to destroy their lives. Now, this is an awesome revenge series where time never stands still. One thing I wasn't certain of was if the protagonist was going to kill the people who bullied her or just destroy their lives. I was hoping that she wouldn't kill them, since that would be the easy way out and it would make the protagonist lose much of her victim role. But don't expect the series to be down to earth. This is an entertainment series that isn't grounded at all. This is a fantasy revenge series and a damn good one. The villains in the series are insane psychopaths. Especially the crazy leader who is an evil, insane witch. The actress playing her is so good when she loses control over her life and when she's playing the revenge game with Lady Vengeance. I loved her husband, who is a good man, and how he deals with the situation when it turns out that he has married a crazy witch without knowing it. He's the normal character in the whole series, and I felt safe when I spent some time with him and his good heart. Because the villains in this series put the villains in Game of Thrones to shame. The acting is solid, especially Song Hye-kyo is excellent as Lady Vengeance. Her body language and cold, calculated voice tells us everything there is to know about her character. She's like a horror character who has one last mission in her destroyed life before she flies up to heaven and rocks that harp hard.
Oh yeah, rock it, woman.
But there is one character that should have been rewritten, and that is the mother of the protagonist. My God, she's like the evil queen from Snow White multiplied by 10. Her character is poorly written and the acting is atrocious. I couldn't take that character seriously. Who the hell came up with that idea to portray this character like this? That person must be sent to prison for life. There's also a freaky looking male teacher in the movie who is one ugly son of a fish. You can't let a man like that be around small girls, was my first thought. And guess what? Well, I'm not going to say more than that. But this character doesn't belong here. That freaky man belongs in a Japanese anime of some sort. He's like a cartoon character together with the protagonist's mother. They are two ugly sons of fishes. And can someone stop so-called men in South Korea from using lipstick? The protagonist's love interest has put on some disgusting red lipstick in some scenes that makes it disgusting to watch when he tries to play the prince in the protagonist's life. He's sitting there smiling with his helmet of hair that has melted and his lips are glowing red, more red than the protagonist's lips. It's freaking disgusting and disturbing for a real Norwegian Viking. It's freaking me out. This has also spread to some South Korean movies I have watched lately, and before you open your mouth, I have been an avid watcher of South Korean movies for over 20 years now. Someone needs to bring the testosterone back to South Korea because I'm pretty certain you won't find men wearing lipstick in North Korea. This isn't looking good for South Korea if a war is about to break out soon. The lipstick men against the skull crushers. It will be a massacre. Where was I? Yeah, So The Glory could have been 4 episodes shorter. There's not much dead time here at all, but I felt that some of the storylines ran a little long. But that's just nitpicking, to be honest. The Glory is a dark and twisted revenge series, but it's not a series that emotionally touched me in the right place since it's pretty over the top with the plot. Ouch, that sounded so wrong. Someone needs to arrest me now. I have been a bad boy again. But seriously, since the characters are so caricatured, I didn't feel that much sadness except when we visited the past and saw things that happened there, especially with the frozen girl. That was hard to watch. But some scenes with the grown-up protagonist also hurt to watch because she has PTSD and is so lonely. Her soul is gone and you feel her soul is gone because of the excellent acting by Song Hye-kyo. What makes The Glory so great is the game that the protagonist plays. She's many steps ahead of the villains in the series and you enjoy every second when the main villain believes she has caught up with the protagonist. But then the protagonist turns it all around and the main villain is again many steps behind the protagonist. And remember, the protagonist must play the revenge game against many characters at the same time, so she's super smart and calculated. But there are some situations where she shows us her vulnerable side, and that hurts to see, and it makes the scenes more intense and suspenseful. Most of the villains in the series also hate each other, so if they can stab someone in the back, they will happily do it without blinking. And man, that tall woman is hot as hell. She knows it, and man, she is right.
She's a fine one, oh yeah.
When the protagonist has thrown the first and only rock in the water, the ripple effect will do most of the work for her. I wasn't a huge fan of how the protagonist's journey ended. Since I'm a lover, wait for it, of South Korean movies, I was hoping for her to take the next step. You know what I mean if you have watched the series. That would have been the perfect ending, so I wasn't overly fond of the ending. But the last scene is pretty cool since the characters will never be mentally fixed. And I hope there won't be a season 2 because this story is over and there's nothing more to tell in my opinion. And my opinion is the only opinion that counts. Deal with it. From 1 to 10, I give The Glory a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.